Unless you've been living under a rock, you have heard of the case of Luigi Mangione versus Brian Thompson. I find this case very fascinating. Usually, when there is a murder, there is global condemnation for the murderer. But in this case, we find that Luigi has a lot of supporters. It's like it's the people versus the healthcare system. And I really wanted to delve into that to get an understanding of why our show, because I understand why, show others why the people are with Luigi. Before I delve into my analysis, I have one question to ask. What is insurance really? Whether it be car, life, or property insurance, an insurance company is a company that collects a premium and makes a legal promise that they will cover you in the event of an unexpected occurrence, such as an accident or an illness. Of course, that is just a simplistic definition of what an insurance company does. On a broader spectrum, there are things such as deductibles, risk factors, etc., which would have been set out in the policy document. But for now, we just want the simplistic definition of what the insurance company is. Now, an insurance company makes a profit when the premium it collects is greater than its insurance payouts plus the expenses to run the company. United Health Group is a healthcare and well-being company with team members in two distinct and complementary business, Optum and United Healthcare. United Healthcare is the insurance arm of United Health Group and will be the focus of this analysis. The CEO of United Healthcare up until his death on December 4th, 2024 was Brian Thompson. In 2023, United Healthcare Group's revenue was $371.6 billion. $281.4 billion of this came from United Healthcare and 90 billion came from Optum. Now let me put this into perspective. United Healthcare brought in 281.4 billion in revenue. That is larger than the GDP of Greece in 2023, which was 238 billion. United Healthcare's profit before taxes in 2023 was $16.4 billion. That is 84.5% of Jamaica's total GDP in 2023. So United Healthcare's profit before taxes was almost the same as the total output from an entire country, Jamaica, in 2023. Now let's take a brief look at the man who was at the helm of United Healthcare for the last 3 years, Brian Thompson. Brian Thompson was appointed CEO on April 21st, 2021, and he was killed on December 4th, 2024. Now, the information that I am about to discuss is public records. I will leave a link in the description. I got it from the company's proxy statement for 2023. So if we look at Brian Thompson's salary, which by the way, Brian Thompson's salary amongst the executives of United Health Group were his salary was on the lower end. If we look right above his salaries, we can see Dirk Mahan, 16 million in 2023. We can see Andrew Whitty, 23 million in 2023. But we are actually focusing on Brian Thompson. So for Brian Thompson's salary in 2023, he got $1 million as his base salary. He got $6 million in stock awards. He got $2 million in option awards. He got 1.2 million in non-equity incentive plan. He got 21,187 in all other compensation for a total salary of $10,221,898 in 2023. And if we look at 2022, we see he got 9.8 million. And in 2021, he got 9.6 million. I wanted to look at United Healthcare's profit the 3 years before Brian Thompson became CEO and the 3 years after he became CEO. So if we look in 2018, the profit before taxes was 9.1 billion. In 2019, it was 10.3 billion. In 2020, it was 12.359 billion. So the average profit for those 3 years was 10.599 billion. So the 3 years after Thompson took over, which he started in 2021, profit was 11.975 billion in 2021. In 2022, profits was, and this is all before taxes, which is still a staggering figure. In 2022, the profit was 14.378 billion, and we're talking US dollars, billions of US dollars. In 2023, the profit was 16.415 billion. So the average profit during Brian Thompson's tenure was 14.256 billion per year. Profits were obviously higher during Brian Thompson's tenure, 3 year tenure, than it was the previous 3 years before he came. So was he a shady character that was just focused on profits? In order to compare Brian Thompson's 3 year performance as CEO of United Healthcare, comparing it to the 3 years before he became CEO, I adjusted the 2018 to 2022 figures by inflation. So we use 2023 as the base year and adjusted from 2018 to 2023 profit before taxes figure so that we could make a comparison. So we see that the figures adjusted for inflation for the 3 years prior to Brian Thompson becoming CEO, the average profit of United Healthcare was 12.633 billion US dollars per year. During Brian Thompson's 3 year tenure from 2021 to 2023, the adjusted profits using 2023 as the base year was 14 billion 927 14.927 14.927 billion US dollars. And these are the figures after we adjusted for inflation using 2023 as the base year. So we see that Brian Thompson's 3 year at United Healthcare profits increased by 2.2 billion per year in comparison to the 3 year period prior to when he became CEO. In conclusion, Brian Thompson grew United Healthcare's profits by over 2.2 billion during his 3 year tenure with the company, um, in comparison to the 3 years before he came into power. If we look at the 3 year period before Brian Thompson came into power, we realize that United Healthcare's profits before taxes on average were over 10 billion per year. Based on these numbers, there was nothing special about Brian Thompson. Brian Thompson was just a part of a system that was driven by profits. I am not absconding Brian Thompson from culpability for the injustices that have been dealt by the healthcare system. I am simply saying he's just another player. So he is guilty just as much as the rest of the executives at United Healthcare that put profits over the betterment or the health of their clients. People are supporting Luigi Mangione because his attack was not against Brian Thompson. It was against an unfair system that is prioritizing profits over the health or the life of its clients. While I understand companies go into business to make profit, over 10 billion in profit for an essential service such as healthcare while people are dying, that's why people are supporting Mangione because he rose up against a wicked and unfair healthcare system. And there you have it, folks. I hope you found this video very informative. If you did find it informative, please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please, please.